Hey guys, welcome back. Yeah, it's been a few days since I posted something, so I figured today I might as well. So I'll give you a little update on the weather. So lately, I'd say the last 3 days, it's been almost 80, if not 80. Sun's been out. So yeah, it's been warm. I mean, night and day difference from like, let's say a week and a half ago. So it's been really warm. So obviously we haven't been heating the house or the garages or anything like that. So the house heat's been turned off. So I adjusted the loops in the house. So the only thing that's being heated right now is the heat exchanger on the hot water tank. So I turned the loop off that goes to the plenum for the main heat. The loop that goes to the attached garage is off as well. I still have the water flowing into the garage for now. I just really want to make sure that the underground line in the ground that goes to the garage, I'm sure it's warm enough that it won't freeze. Because obviously, you know, it takes a while for the ground to warm up, but not that it was really that frozen this year, but I just want to make sure. So obviously I'm still gonna have a little bit of heat loss from sending it, you know, in there and back, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And what's a couple degrees? I mean, I don't really care. So I think a week from now I'll turn that loop off and it'll just be going just for the hot water tank. So I wanted to kind of show you what I've been burning these last couple days and how long that lasts. You know, because everyone always is concerned, you know, if you want to continue to burn wood throughout the summer to heat your hot water, how much wood do you burn? Well, I put some wood in here yesterday. It's 10 o'clock right now, or 9:30 or something, but I put wood in here yesterday, I'd say 5 p.m. and I haven't touched it. And I just come out here, it's not running. It's 173 degrees. It turns on at 170. So I don't know what it looks like inside. I'm sure there's obviously wood in there. How many burn cycles does it do? I have no idea. If I had to guess, I'd say a couple a day now, if that. So I'm not burning that much wood. So sometimes the last couple of days I'll open it in the morning and there's still plenty in there. I'll just kind of stir it up just to kind of, you know, get it to burn a little nicer. And I shut it and I won't touch it till later that day. So I'm not burning that much. So I'll kind of show you. So what I've been burning is just the cutoffs from the logs, scraps. Some of it's ash, some of it's maple, so some of it's still not that dry, but it burns just fine. So I've been burning just scraps, and if I can get away with that the rest of the summer, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll open her up here. I'll show you how much I put in for roughly 12 hours, and sometimes I almost get 24 out of it. So let's see what we got here. It's crazy though, because since it's been really warm, you don't see nothing coming out of the stack. It'll show, like, if you pay attention, you could see like the heat coming out, but there's no smoke, there's no condensation, it's just heat. So that's good. You know, it's not like you're burning, smoking all summer. People are like, what are you doing, you know? But like I said, if I can burn the scraps and, you know, cutoffs or junk wood, you know, very little every day, I'd rather do that than have like a fire outside in a pit. At least I'm getting use out of it and utilizing the BTUs from the wood than just getting rid of it. Yeah, there's a lot of wood in here still. So I won't be adding anything. Oh yeah. I actually got a pretty big piece of oak in there. It was like a huge scrap. My brother had it. He had it in the back of his truck for weight for the snow, so we took that out. It's a big gnarly, almost unsplittable piece of wood. So I'm like, screw it. It had like a flat piece on it. You could tell it was somewhat dry from the sun baking on it, but so threw that in there on top of some scraps. I knew by the time that it would, you know, start to burn on the bottom there that it would it'd be fairly dry. So I just threw that in there. So far so good with the warm weather. I was kind of concerned that it wouldn't burn throughout the summer because it's a huge unit, you know, and it's going to take a lot to heat up all the water, you know, with very little wood. But so far so good. Like, I don't think the burn cycles take that long because there's really nothing, there's no heat loss, you know. So this is kind of what I've been burning, you know. It's just scraps, real small pieces. I'll probably throw, I don't know, 4 of these, maybe 5 in. And like I said, that'll for sure last 24 or 12 hours, give or take. You know, and I have a little bit more here too, just scraps. So I think the rest of this wheelbarrow will last me another 4 days, 5 days, maybe a week so far. And I know as soon as I turn off the loop into the garage, I'll do that next week. I'm curious to see how much heat loss I have, because I don't think I'll have much. But like I said, the run to the house, I've said in previous videos, what did I say it was? No, 180 feet one way. So it's a good run, but you know, in the summertime, it's only heating the hot water tank. And some of you may be like, well, that's just ridiculous. Just turn the gas back on for it and let it run. But anytime you use the water on the faucet or something, I feel like that it drops below whatever it needs to be, and then it runs. And yeah, it's very little dollar amount as for the gas usage, but I don't care. I'd rather run this guy. She barely runs, you know. Yeah, it's wear and tear on it, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. I have the wood that technically is free for me. I have scraps all the time because that's what I do for a living, so is wood. So I'm going to utilize what I have. And you know, we got kids, we give them baths, so we're using a lot of hot water, so that the hot water tank would just be insane. It would just run all the time. So no, so far so good. I haven't cleaned the bottom in a while, but like I said, I'm not burning much wood, so there probably isn't that much fly ash. So instead of doing it 2 weeks, maybe I'll do it every 3 weeks or maybe once a month. I don't know. It all depends on how much wood I'm burning, right? So it's supposed to drop down into the 40s in a couple days. Whether or not we turn the heat back on or not, I don't know. Because if the sun's out and the day before it's supposed to be still in the upper 70s, the house will probably hold enough heat. But if we do end up having to turn the heat on, it's just too cold, I just got to flip 2 levers in the basement and turn the heat on. It'll probably have to run 1 time and I'm good. So it's very easy to turn the stuff back on in the house. Is just flip a couple levers to get the water to flow back into the plenum, and then I'm good. So the only reason I turn that off is because with just the heat exchanger being hot, and if you go by the vents closest to the furnace, you'll kind of feel, it's not like airflow, but you can feel that it's warmer or almost hot just from that non-stop water going in there. So I turned that off because it was like 80 degrees in the house yesterday because it was really hot out. You know, we forgot to pull the blinds or whatever. But so I just turned that loop off. That way it's just heating the hot water now. And I did turn it down back to the factory setting, 170 to 180. I do like it at 185 in the winter when it's really cold. You know, I don't think you have to worry about it overshooting to hit the snap disc to shut down. Now I know you would, because when it goes into a burn cycle up to 180, it'll creep up to like 186 and so on. So I may or may not put it down to 165 to 175. I don't know if that'll make a difference in how much wood I burn. I mean, you're still doing the same burn cycle, but maybe it'll, I don't know. Well, I'll maybe play with it, but I think where I have it now is fine. I still have it at the better or the lower percentage of moisture, and it's burning just fine. If I do end up burning more wet wood this summer, I may bump it back up to the factory setting. We'll see, but so far it's burning pretty good. The refractory is still super dry fly ash, so a little bit of an update on that. It's burning just fine. Way less wood, which is crazy amount, you know, compared to winter time. So it's kind of like a learning curve, but it, you know, it's a gradual up, gradual down with wood. So, but I mean, we went from 30s and 40s up to almost 80 now. So it's kind of been crazy how fast it changed, you know, but that's the weather we live in, I guess. Every year it's not really gradual or consistent. It just jumps from one to the next, 30, 40 degree swings. So, which is fine. But no, it's working just fine. I know I'd say 95% of people out there, they shut them down in the summer and they just go back to how they were normally doing it. But I know there's some out there. I know there's a couple with the 4,000 or the 7,000s that I see online that burn, 4 to 5, 6 sticks a day. And yeah, that adds up over time, It could be a full cord for the summer or more, depending on what you're all heating. But I do have other plans for this if we do stay here down the road. I'm going to build a wood kiln, and then this guy will be getting used, and I'll use this to heat that. So we'll see. I mean, I haven't even touched our wood that we burn. I still have 3 rows. So if there's a week that goes by that I don't have any scraps, I can throw in a couple things of locust, and that'll get us by for a long time. So there's a little update on that. So pretty excited that it's working just fine. I was a little concerned that it was going to go out and I'd have to restart it, and I'm not going to do that. So far so good. I'm excited about it, that it's working. So that was kind of my plan, that I was gonna use it all summer. And now it would be crazy if I just filled it, if it would continue to burn and how long it would burn for. It'd probably get over a week now because it's like sipping. It's like having a extremely efficient hybrid car where, you're just sipping fuel versus a heavy duty truck like mine, where it's still pretty fuel efficient, but you go on a trip, you can tell the difference. So no, that's a little update on that. And if you have any questions on it or want to know anything, let me know. That's pretty much all I'll be burning, I think, from here on out. And if for some reason that it starts to go out, then I'll probably first adjust the settings for the higher moisture. Maybe that could be a problem, that it's not getting enough airflow, which that would help. That would definitely help to get it burning faster. The timer settings, I think, are good. It's an hour and then every 30. I think that's a little overkill, but it keeps it lit and I have no problem. I mean, within a couple minutes, if you open it 2 minutes into the burn cycle, it's like cherry red down below, and that's what you want. So, but yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little update on that, so you kind of have an idea that I'm going to continue to run this guy all year long if I can. I think when it gets like really warm outside, I think I'll let it burn out for like 2 days, and just to get it cool in there, and then I'll probably get in there and really clean it out, scrape all the sides, get it as clean as I can. Look at the nozzle, make sure that thing is really good. I mean, I do a normal clean outs down below and in the back. So, but just to kind of get some of the hard creosote out of there. There's not a ton, but I want to clean out the bottom level, just to make sure all the refractory cement and whatnot is all, or the bricks or whatever, and the nozzle's still in good shape. And then she probably goes into a timer cycle now, just to make sure everything's good, and then just go right back at it and just keep burning. I mean, I know a lot of guys, they don't even touch it, just burn it. I mean, it's kind of like an insulator. So, but I do want to do, like, scrape a little bit of the sides, clean up the door area, maybe adjust make sure there's no dripping, because I have a little bit, and I know that's because of a lot of the creosote built up. So I will definitely, whether or not I make a video on it, I probably will, to give you before and after, just so you kind of can see it, and probably won't show you me doing it, because it's going to be a long, dirty process, and I'm not going to want to be touching anything. So, but yeah, that's pretty much that. And like I said, if you want to see anything or how I do things, let me know. But yeah, as always, keep burning.